Alicia Daniels had always considered herself one of a kind. Growing up in a small Mississippi town, she stood out with her mischievous grin, knack for debate, and unwavering love of gospel music. At 23, she had carved out a comfortable life, working at a local publishing house, spending weekends singing in her church choir, and maintaining a circle of tight-knit friends. Never once did she imagine that hundreds of miles away in Detroit lived another woman her age, who looked strikingly like her and shared the exact same name. For the other Alicia Daniels, life was a whirlwind of city hustle. Also 23, she had chosen an urban path, working as a paralegal by day and unwinding in jazz clubs by night, grateful to friends who had supported her through law school. Though she vaguely remembered an aunt who once lived in Mississippi, she dismissed it as an insignificant detail from her mother's family history. She had no idea that someone who looked just like her, sharing not only her name but her face, complexion, and even mannerisms, walked the streets of a distant state. Everything changed when both Alicias joined a popular genealogy website within weeks of each other. The site was known for connecting people with potential family matches and providing insight into one's roots. "I was curious about my great-grandfather," Mississippi Alicia explained later. "I signed up hoping to find distant cousins or fill gaps in our family tree." Meanwhile, Detroit Alicia had joined at a friend's urging. "My friend was obsessed with genealogy and wanted me to see if I had West African ancestry like she did." Neither expected what happened next. An improbable match appeared for both under potential relatives. Alicia Daniels, female, 23, African American. At first, Mississippi Alicia assumed it was a technical glitch. Perhaps she had accidentally created a duplicate account. But as she scrolled through the profile, she noticed references to Detroit. "Wait, that can't be me," she thought, puzzled. "Could this stranger be a cousin or a half-sister I never knew about?" Then she saw the profile photo, and her heart nearly stopped. The woman staring back had the same eyes, the same wide smile, even the same style of braided hair pinned in a messy bun. Detroit Alicia experienced a similar shock. "The face I saw was my own," she recounted. "I immediately called my friend, stammering, 'Look at this! Someone's copying me!' I thought it was a scam or a catfish situation." But the website's robust verification system suggested this was no hoax. Confusion turned to curiosity, and with trembling fingers, each Alicia sent a cautious message. "Hello, this is bizarre, but do we somehow share family? Because you look exactly like me." Their digital conversation began cautiously, colored by skepticism, but soon they discovered numerous commonalities. Both had birthdays in the same month. Both loved the same soul food dishes, collard greens, catfish, hush puppies. Both were fans of the same gospel singer and even wore the same brand of glasses.
"We were finishing each other's sentences through text," Detroit Alicia said. "It felt like reconnecting with a long-lost twin." Mississippi. Alicia felt a heady swirl of excitement and apprehension. "I kept wondering if we could be sisters separated at birth." Another odd coincidence emerged. Both had mothers named Lorraine, though not the same woman. One, Lorraine Daniels, came from Mississippi lineage, the other from a Detroit family with Jamaican roots. The puzzle pieces didn't quite align. After a week of exchanges, they decided on a video call. That first face-to-face left them speechless. Seeing each other live, they laughed and shrieked at the similarities. The same dimples, the same way of pursing their lips when confused, the same boisterous laughter that soared to a high pitch. "It was exactly like staring into a mirror," Mississippi Alicia said. Only their surroundings differed dramatically. One in a cozy southern home with crocheted blankets, the other in a sleek modern apartment with minimalist decor. Before long, social media buzzed with their story. The women posted side-by-side photos that garnered thousands of likes. Comments poured in from friends, genealogy enthusiasts, and local news stations requesting interviews. Some insisted they must be twins separated at birth, suggesting wild theories about hospital mix-ups. Others proposed they were cousins whose grandparents had parted ways. The Alicias realized the only way to know for certain was through an official DNA test. They found a reputable lab recommended by the genealogy website, submitted their samples, and waited. The waiting period felt interminable. They texted daily, joking, "Maybe we'll be sisters after all." Yet both felt an undercurrent of tension. If they were indeed siblings, that meant unearthing a significant family secret. Did one mother place a child for adoption? Did a father have an affair? The possibilities rattled them both. 2 weeks later, The email arrived. Your DNA results are ready. They scheduled another video call to open the results together. Mississippi. Alicia's heart fluttered. Part of me wanted us to be sisters, but another part thought it seemed too incredible to be true. Detroit Alicia nodded on screen. I worried about how the truth might affect our families. Finally, they clicked the link together. The test included an ancestry breakdown and DNA relative matches. Slowly, they read the results. Ancestry. Both were approximately 58% West African, 25% European, with smaller percentages from other regions. We're both from the same broad diaspora, Detroit Alicia observed. That makes sense. Then came the crucial part. Relatives in the database. Each scrolled down to find no immediate sibling relationship. In fact, the test concluded they shared 0% DNA beyond the trace amounts that any two random people might have. They weren't sisters, half-sisters, or even distant cousins. They were genealogically unconnected. A hush settled between them. We're not related, Mississippi Alicia breathed, feeling a bizarre mixture of disappointment and relief. Not at all, Detroit Alicia echoed. It's unreal that we look exactly the same, have the same name, nearly the same birthday, but we're complete strangers. Word spread quickly. Family and friends were astounded. Some insisted the test must be flawed. Others suggested they dig deeper into historical records. But the Alicias decided they had their answer, and ironically, not sharing DNA didn't weaken their connection. It strengthened their unique bond. We chose to remain close friends, almost like chosen sisters, Mississippi Alicia explained. Their story caught media attention beyond their hometowns. Local stations in Mississippi and Detroit interviewed them. A genealogical magazine featured their story. Even the BBC produced a short segment titled, Not Blood Sisters, but Mirror Images. People everywhere were captivated by the mystery of two unrelated women who looked identical and shared the same name. The Alicias embraced the wonder of it all. We're good with not having an easy label, Detroit Alicia said. We're not twins, not sisters, not cousins, but we're soul sisters in our own special way. They eventually arranged to meet in person in Atlanta, a city roughly equidistant from their homes. When they met at the airport arrivals area, onlookers blinked in disbelief at the nearly identical women embracing. Over the weekend, they swapped childhood stories, visited a soul food cafe, and spontaneously harmonized to gospel songs. Restaurant employees constantly mixed them up, much to their amusement. By Sunday, they parted ways as best friends, promising regular visits. We might not share DNA, but we share the same spirit, Mississippi Alicia told reporters. Detroit Alicia added, and we share the same name, Alicia Daniels, no matter how random that might be. Their story remains a testament to how connection transcends biology. Sometimes the universe doesn't give us the expected genetic link, but instead offers something equally profound, a bond formed simply because we see ourselves mirrored in another's soul. For Alicia and Alicia, that reflection was more than enough.